Hi guys, and welcome back to day 4 of our coding project challenge. Um, so this is kind of where we are at the minute. We use grids to kind of design and style the site. We've added some basic content and color, and if we check here, we've kind of made it responsive. Okay, so we're going to kind of continue today. We're going to add some images, a bit more color to it. Of course, make the images responsive. And then kind of go from there. Tomorrow we'll look at the footer and the navigation. Not that we'll need too much. We'll see how we go. So if you look at the file structure, I've picked some images for us to use. I kind of like the hero image. The project images are just placeholders for now. Obviously, when we actually do some real projects, we'll replace those. So we're going to start in our HTML, and we're just going to use an image tag. We'll specify the source, and then we're gonna copy the relative path and just pop it in there. Okay, so we'll save that, and then what I suspect we'll see is a really large kind of. Oh no, the image isn't too bad actually. How's it go? Oh no, the image is all right. Okay, okay, cool, not too bad. And we're basically going to repeat this process for each of the projects as well. Okay, so project 1, we're going to pop it in here. We're going to change the path um, just to make the visuals a little bit different for now. So we'll copy relative path for project 1, Control V, and then again project 2. Oh, no, let's get rid of that. B, and then project 2. We'll again pop that in there. Just for a bit of difference. Like I said, when we actually do some real projects, we'll actually put real photos and stuff. These are just placeholders for now. Okay, so that's project 2. And then let's come back to this one. Project 3. And again, we'll just kind of reuse that image for now. And we'll copy the relative path into there. And then project 4 will do the same thing. Okay, so cool. Let's copy that. And then we have some bit more color to the site. And then because of the way CSS is structured, and we're kind of going to do this. We want all the images to be responsive. There's only a little bit of code we need to pop in there. So let's do this. Okay, cool. And then we're going to come to our style CSS. And what we've done here, very simple. We've just selected all the image tags, and we've specified the max width to be 100 and the height to be auto. So it's quite responsive. And then if we come back to the site, we'll see that now we've got some additional images pertaining to each project that we haven't quite done yet. Let's have a look at its responsiveness and let's see how we do. So this one, not too bad actually. Let's bring it down. Okay, not too bad. Okay, let's go up. Okay. I'm not too sure about that. Let's come back and look at the other site, the big one. Maybe we need something to separate that. We could put an about section, I suppose. Let's come back. Okay, so we need to kind of change our grid a little bit. So let's come back. And what we're going to do, grid template rows. So we've got our nav, we've got our hero, we've got our projects, and we've got our footer. So what I'm thinking of doing then, what we can do, we can kind of just add a little section there and then just change our grids. So we can have about, and about. Okay, so we've got to come back and obviously create this div now. So let's go back to HTML and got our projects here. So hero, and we want it kind of underneath here, right? So again, we'll just put in a div. We shouldn't really be using semantic HTML. That'll be something to review sort of later in the week. ID equals about, so we can obviously use CSS to kind of grab it. Okay, so we've got this ID about, we'll save that. And then we need to obviously pop it in our CSS as well. So image, nav. Okay, so we'll pop it here. We'll just say about grid area equals about. And we'll just give it the color of black for now. This could change, of course, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so we've got black grid area. And then, of course, remember we were using grids here as well. Okay, so we need to change the rows we've got. So that's our nav, that's our hero. So it needs to be here, really, doesn't it? And again, we'll kind of just call it 0.5, and then we can pop it in here. And it just kind of breaks up, and obviously it's probably quite good to have an about section, I should imagine. Where is this about? Okay, and then what we'll do, we'll pop a p tag in there. We'll say lorem 90 for argument's sake, just so it's a bit more manageable. Okay, it doesn't really matter too much because obviously we'll actually be working with real text. It's just to see how it looks and if it breaks up those kind of images, and then we'll see what happens from there. Okay, so we've got the about section. So the P, we'll give that a class. Yeah, give it a class. Yeah, we'll give it a class. Equals about text. It gives us a chance to kind of, I always do that. Gives us a chance to just have a bit more control over the text. About.text. Okay, great. And then we'll just do a bit of styling, obviously, because we're on a black background. Let's have a quick look. Good color black. Oh yeah, of course we don't need that there, do we? Okay, and then what we'll say, we use class about text. I'll give it the color white. We'll use text align, and again we'll give it the value of center. And let's see what's happened. Hopefully we've seen some changes. We'll see. Okay. So Y So we've got the separation, but this is not what we want. Okay, let's have a look. Put it to. Oh, okay, okay. So we've got that. Let's just check. So now we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's fine. That's okay. So we've got that. Grid gap 1 AM. Auto. Put the text. Color black. Color white. So let's be a bit more specific here. About that text. I mean, is that what I called it? I mean, that could be the problem. I could. No, it is about text. Yeah, class equals about text. So that's fine. Not about text. Okay, let's see how we go now. Let's see if we get anywhere a bit closer. We don't. So why don't we? Okay, let's have a look. Text. Right, so we've got ID about, and we've got this. So let's just quickly look what we did. Text line center, color white, padding. Maybe we should just, maybe we don't need it. Maybe we can just say P. And then we can kind of copy this in because it's going to kind of look the same anyway. P. We will get rid of the class because we can just do that. And let's see how that goes. Okay. So we've got that. We've got that. So let's just check our grid again. Make sure it all works correctly. About. Oh, is it because I haven't specified? It might be that. No, I'm sure I did do that though. Let's have a look. Hero about. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is correct. So let's just copy again and make sure. 5, 0.3. Okay. So it all looks good so far. I'm not entirely sure why we're having the issue. Let's try this again. Okay. Hang on. So that's there, right? Okay. So we have got the text, and it is white, but we need to. Where's the about? Is it? Okay, so let's try it again, and hopefully, okay, that's better. Okay, so now we've got a bit of text to kind of break up the images. We should probably have a title as well, I would imagine. So let's come back. And what we'll do, got the idea about, we'll have a H1. No, we'll have a H2. Okay, and we'll have about me. No problems there. And then we will come back to our style.css and we'll have it here. Okay, so about H1. And then what we're going to say is text align center, of course. And then we're going to have our color as white as well. I mean, we could probably add some text decoration, thinking about it. So let's firstly see how that looks. Okay, is it there? It is there. Okay, let's have a bit of a struggle today. So why is that not? Text align center. Center. I mean, again, it's pretty much the same as that. So let's just, I don't know why that wouldn't work, but let's see. Save it again. Save it again. And all being well, yeah, it's still there as well. Okay. So, don't fully understand why. Oh, did I put H1? I did put H1. Rocky mistake. So if we actually use H2, which is the element we were using, we should be there now. Okay, cool. Okay, great. So today we've added some more images. Obviously, they're just placeholders for when we actually have projects. I think tomorrow we're going to add some introduction text here, sort of around the image. We're going to look at the footer and then some basic navigation. I mean, obviously it's quite a small site, but we can certainly get that done. Let's just have a look now. So it looks a bit better. That looks better. And then we've got the about. Ah, that's better, isn't it? It looks a bit better. Okay, cool. So yeah, another good sort of session. We've made a bit more progress. We've split up the images. They're all still responsive. I like the fact with CSS we can just use kind of one declaration. So with image, we just literally applied it to every single image, and we have now this responsive stuff. I'm not sure. Maybe you can make that smaller, possibly. But yeah, not a bad start for not a bad session. We'll look at the nav bar and the footer tomorrow. Get some overlay text in, and then we're not too far away, really. So cool. Okay, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow for episode 5. Take care.